Hi, beautiful people. Hope you guys are doing fantastic wherever you are in the world. There is so much going on with Gypsy Rose, and the latest and the biggest news is that she is pregnant. And I do think that this Monday that just went by was the second to last episode of a reality show. I could be wrong, but that episode had me cursing at that screen as if Krusty, aka Christy, could hear me.
Dear Lord, I'm asking you to give Gypsy all the strength that she needs to go in and do what she needs to do. Let it go calm. Everything's going to be okay, Gypsy.
What exactly is that woman praying for? So let's get into that. But before I get into Gypsy, I highly encourage you guys to go and watch this content creator, BECCA Scoops. She has been putting out some absolutely informative information about Gypsy and her past and her case. I will leave the links to all her videos in the description box. Now, Gypsy Rose. In my opinion, Gypsy got nothing out of being incarcerated except her GED and, in my opinion, mastering the art of being a con man and a manipulator. She wasted all their time, refused people's help that, in my opinion, had her best interest at heart and wanted the best for her, and that when she did come out, that she would live a productive, normal life. Unfortunately, this young lady cannot seem to catch a break, because here you have Krusty that jumped on the bandwagon and saw that right in front of her was a human cash cow. I will do a whole separate video about that. So as I said, Gypsy announced she was pregnant and made sure she stated that it was not planned. And I call bullshit on that, because when she did an interview, she first got released and she was doing all her press tours. She actually did an interview with Lifetime. And this is what Ryan had to say.
Now that you and Gypsy are finally together in person, what are you most looking forward to about your new life?
There's many things I'm looking forward to in our new life. Just being a normal married couple. Like yesterday we went shopping and it was great. We just walked the store. We had 2 buggies. That was amazing. I wanted Gypsy to feel free to get whatever she wanted, and she got some stuff, and I was like,
I want this, I want that.
Yeah, like it's kind of funny. She actually bought, like, I'm gonna tell them, you bought like a baby clothes for like a future baby. And I was kind of like, we're not there yet. Like, slow down.
It was so cute. I had to get the outfit for just in case later down the road.
So like when we walked through that section, I was like, keep walking,
You're like,
keep walking.
don't stop.
We're not there yet.
So it seems as though Gypsy was the one that was ready to have children from the get-go. And just saying, conveniently, Mia wasn't the one that Gypsy turned to let her know that she might be pregnant after Ken told her to take a pregnancy test and finding out she was pregnant. So where was her stepsister to ask her all the questions she asked Gypsy when Gypsy confided in her, when Gypsy thought she was pregnant when she was with Ryan? And Mia advised her to take the Plan B pill for precautionary measures, which Gypsy Rose did. Previous episodes, her and Ryan stated that they want to have a family, but then they had to get themselves situated. So this whole issue about her pregnancy being unplanned, I personally call it bullshit. Gypsy announced her pregnancy and she said she was 11 weeks. A day later, Ken validated on a live that he is the father of the baby and that he has no doubt that it is his baby. Then Gypsy was in the background echoing that people should educate themselves and go and watch a YouTube video. Gypsy, baby girl, maybe educate yourself. You did a video a few days ago when you and Ken went fishing with your uncle and his daughter. You specifically stated that it was 6 a.m. That is when the sun rises. 6 o'clock in the morning is when you left. When you got to the pier, don't quote me, but I think she said it was 6:45, and then he corrected and said 6:30. Now, Gypsy, this is still in the morning. The sun would still be rising, but you said, what a beautiful sunset. The sun sets in the evening. You know, when it's sleepy time, educate yourself, honey.
Good morning, followers. So it is about, I think, 6 o'clock in the morning. And Ken and I are going fishing for the first time. And we're going with my cousin Bobby and his daughter, so it should be a fun time. Alright, so we are at the dock. Look at this beautiful sunset. Look at Ken. It's a beautiful day. What time is it? It's probably like 6:45 now? 6:30 now.
Oh, look at that fish. See that? Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome. Wow.
So what you saw was not a sunset, it was a sunrise, Gypsy. Also, another thing, you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. This post you made definitely wasn't needed. She posted, left Ryan March 23rd, had a period April 17th, made love with Ken and only him on April 27, 28, 29, and 30th. Ken is the father. On the live Ken did, he spoke about his family coming into town in about a month for a baby shower. What's the rush? Aren't baby showers held maybe, I'll push it and say 2 months before, but it's normally, I think it's a month before the baby arrives. Something does seem odd, but you know what? Everything that gets done in the dark always comes to light, especially since they have to have a paternity test. So at this point, it's just a waiting game. You know, every press tour Gypsy has done and been on, and without fail, she always has said, let's just wait and see what I do with my life. And thus far, all I have personally seen from Gypsy is getting into online beef, from one man to the next man, and now she's pregnant, which I think Gypsy wanted from the get-go. Gypsy, in my opinion, had no interest in getting a job when she got out of prison. She was set on being an influencer, and her stepmother actually validated that on an interview she did with Ashley Banfield. And in this recent episode, when her parole officer advised her to get off social media for her own best interest and that she only had to stay off until she was done with the parole, he didn't tell her that she needed to get off. He advised her. Gypsy made it sound like he ordered her to get off social media. She was carrying on as if he was telling her that she was going back to prison. Gypsy has, in my opinion, no intention of being a normal human being. Gypsy does not want to work. She still wants what she had when she was with her mum. The attention, the perks, the handouts. Dee Dee taught Gypsy well. And Gypsy, in my opinion, took notes very well. And Gypsy also became complicit to the malingering her mum was doing until Gypsy did the same thing to Dee Dee that allegedly Dee Dee did to her mum. Life just repeated itself. I would say a generational curse. After Dee Dee's mum passed, Dee Dee could not fend for herself. She started doing illegal stuff until she had this child, who was Gypsy, and in turn, you guys know what happened there. Same thing, in my opinion, what Gypsy is doing. What Gypsy does not understand at this point of her life, number one, you can't catch up on time. Number two, you've got to take care of your trauma before you move on to anything else. A child does not make up a family. A child does not make a man stay. A child deserves your utmost of everything. Gypsy, in my opinion, is too self-centered, too vain, too selfish. You will not see Gypsy going on shopping sprees or even going to a department store or talking about finances. Gypsy wants free stuff. She wants those handouts. Like the saying goes, you know no better, you do know better. When they found Gypsy's mum, allegedly they found $15,000 in cash. At the end of the day, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And let me end with saying this. With the episode that they showed of Gypsy recording Ryan during a conversation they were having on how Ryan felt it was not Gypsy's place to talk about their sex life to her sister. In turn, Gypsy recorded Ryan. Did anybody else get Amber Heard vibes from that? Remember during the Johnny Depp trial, they showed how Amber Heard recorded Johnny during an episode he was having. As soon as that came up, that just reminded me of Amber Heard. At the end of the day, Gypsy, in my opinion, those 8.5 years being incarcerated, all she did was try to polish up on her art of manipulation and being a con artist. That's just my opinion. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Please be safe out there. Be kind to one another. And don't forget, make good memories. Bye, guys.